T.I., he's T.Y.
I'm Terry, she's Terry.
Coughlin, Terry Coughlin.
Strangely enough, when we worked together in restaurants years ago, we're both 6'1", but she was often referred to as Tall Terry, which I'm not really sure what that made me. I was Short Terry all of a sudden at 6'1", but we are Terry and Terry Coughlin. The story behind how we decided to open up a bed and breakfast basically was on our very first date. We worked together at Gramercy Tavern 22 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So we went on our very first date. It took me 6 months to get up the nerve to ask her out on a date. And on that date, I asked her what her dream in life was. And she said, I want to open up a bed and breakfast. That thought had never crossed my mind, never entered my brain, and I suddenly blurted out, oh my God, how crazy is that? So do I. She only recently found out that I didn't actually have that
I've never
thought.
thought of that before in my life. But I like you, and
yeah,
so.
I knew I was madly in love. I asked her to marry me 3 months after that first date, and ever since then, this has been our dream in life to open up a bed and breakfast.
And on our honeymoon, we were up here in this area in Great Barrington. That's when I think Great Barrington really just went into our hearts, specifically area. The Berkshires is where we were going, and then I remember looking at real estate. And he's a waiter, and I'm a hostess, and we were just big dreams. And then the dreams, you keep your dreams, and work is happening, and your career. Well, he's a waiter, and then you're like, want to be a manager? Yeah. You want to be a general manager? Yeah. You want to open a restaurant? Yeah. You want to be a partner? You want to be? It's like it just happens. And I have children, and one of our children gets very sick. And there's very good insurance with a steady job, and there's just, you're on your path. You're just on your path in life. And that dream kind of just went to higher shelves. And, I was like, oh, that's not where we're going. But hospitality was always just sort of a bigger thing for both of us. And then it just reignited.
About a year and a half ago, we had this moment where we said, if we don't do this now, then maybe we'll never do it. Mm-hmm. And so we took the plunge. So it was a dream over 20 years ago, and took a little while to come to full fruition, but here we are. So history of the name Granville House. My favorite movie in the world is It's a Wonderful Life, and I am a self-proclaimed Jimmy Stewart fanatic.
When we first met, knowing that It's a Wonderful Life and Jimmy Stewart were like favorite actor and favorite, I'm like, that tells you something about the quality of a man. I'm like, I like that. That's solid.
So It's a Wonderful Life is just a movie that we watch at least once a year during Christmas. And there's a famous scene in It's a Wonderful Life where Jimmy Stewart and Donna Reed, Bedford Falls legend has it that if you throw a rock at the old Granville House, which is this old dilapidated house, and if you throw a rock and you hit a window and make a wish, that your wish comes true. And in one of the most famous scenes in the movie, Donna Reed throws a rock, hits the window perfectly, and makes a wish that one day she and Jimmy Stewart will live together in the old Granville house and raise a family. We didn't have to throw a rock, but we kind of felt like it was an appropriate name for our bed and breakfast because in so many ways this is our dream that we've had for 20 years now. So the design of the Granville house is interesting because I often describe it as it is just a reflection of us. Mm-hmm. We were very conscious of, when we set out to design Granville House, we were very conscious of the idea of the image that the term bed and breakfast conjures up. And oftentimes when you mention bed and breakfast, the image of lace curtains and flowered wallpapers and doilies comes up, and those are all wonderful. These are the bed and breakfasts that we fell in love with. But I think for us, that wasn't we were very conscious of wanting to do something a little different, do something that was maybe a little bit more modern and and fun and so I think that at the end of the day we describe the design as eclectic, definitely a reflection of us. It's a collection of our stuff. It has to be a personal experience, and so what you see around here is kind of our story. But more than anything, we want people to feel comfortable. We want when they come here for it to be relaxed, very comfortable, nothing too fancy. Everything is you can put your feet up on
not everything
stuff. Okay, maybe not everything. Most. But that's what we set out to do. We set out to create something that's very personal, very eclectic, and we want people to have fun, and we want them to feel inspired when they come. In terms of our philosophy and the importance of giving back to the community, we found out early on in the pregnancy of our daughter Grace that she was going to be born with Down syndrome. And obviously we did not know this at the time, but we had no idea that it would be the greatest gift that we've ever experienced. She's just the most amazing kid.
Incredible hugs, incredible joy, just you start going, but not always easy.
Yeah, definitely not always easy. And raising a child with special needs is an incredible gift, but also we are the beneficiaries of an amazing community that helps make it a much more enjoyable experience. And we've always been very, very lucky with all the different communities that we've lived in, and particularly we've only been up in the Berkshires for a short time, but the reception and the community outreach that we've received is truly incredible. And so for us, it's really important that early on we wanted to have a business philosophy that said we want to recognize the great fortune that we get from our community and how important it is to give back as well. So we have made a commitment that a portion of our proceeds will go to various special needs organizations that
Or locally.
Local, because we get so much, so it's important to share that. So
We had so much support from her when Grace was sick with cancer. I mean, to have issue and need and to feel support come under you is like, so when you receive it, it's so much easier to recognize, to give back, because it's powerful.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times we've pinched ourselves, and sometimes literally, I'm like, I cannot believe we get to live here. I cannot believe this is our life. This has been something we dreamt about, we spoke about, and when the inspiration happened, again, when it came alive, it was so fast and just every door was like open, and this house, the first one we looked at, nothing. It was meant to be, and it has been, and we are caretakers of the house for its moment, because it's been here since 1825, and will be here way after us, and it's our time in a space that is just like, it is literally a dream come true. A lot of hard work.
They say, people say you're living the dream.
Yeah.
I literally feel like we're living our dream right now, and I feel very, very lucky to be doing so. So this is the Granville House. I'm Terry.
And I'm Terry.
She's Terry. We are the innkeepers, and we hope you'll come visit us sometime soon.